Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Dan, the voice behind ThatKaitoDan, and it's that time folks, we have finally gotten our first proper trailer for RWBY Volume 7. We've just been waiting for the trailers to drop from the New York Comic Con panel where a lot of stuff has been revealed, like the upcoming release of the characters, Team RWBY for Smite, the costumes for Jean, Ren and Nora, which look freaking wild, the cover for Before the Dawn, Juniper manga anthologies are coming, just a bunch of stuff shown at the panel. But of course, the big thing that everyone was excited about, the proper first trailer for the new season. And I don't know what to expect. I've seen the trailer that was revealed during a Q&A session beforehand. It has some pretty cool stuff in it, but this is going to be our first proper taste of what's the narrative going to be like, what kind of characters are we expecting to see, what's going to be the tone heading into the first couple of episodes, I imagine, of RWBY Volume 7. At this point, I'm just rambling. I need to get into this because after this reaction, I am going to cut to later on when I've had a chance to look at everything, and I'm going to give a quick analysis of the trailer. So don't go after this reaction, just carry on and it'll go straight into the analysis. So yeah, that's that. This is this. I'm just giddy right now. I just want to get straight into it. So count it down with me. 3, 2, 1.
Many have described these as uncertain times.
Ironwood! Oh! This is the last shots from Volume 6.
I really can't tell if what's best is what's right.
And that was Ironwood starting off.
This isn't right.
Oh boy, we're finally seeing Atlas! Yo! Whoa! Yo! This is very militarized. Oh, that's the Centipede Grim!
Possible to truly turn the tide against Satan.
And there's the Saber-Tooth Grim! Oh! They weren't kidding when they said it was going to be wild already from the start. There's the new looks for Team Junior!
Stronger and stronger.
Oh my god! Yo, Ironwood's got a beard! Oh my god, and this is some of the stuff from the trailer. Oh my god, they look so goddamn good in their new outfits! Weiss the Queen, Blake with the bob cut. Oh my god! This looks wild! I cannot wait for this! Oh my god! Jason! That's... Oh, whoa! What the hell? Someone going after the relic! Oh my god! What the hell? That was it. That was our first time hearing Jason. The first time we heard Jason as Crow, and he sounded very good. That was a very good take from him there. Obviously, it's the first time we're hearing him. We got a lot more to come. But oh my god, that was it. That was wicked. Oh my god. Again, it's been talked about way in the past already that Volume 1, the first episode of Volume 7 is going to go straight into the deep end. It's going to feel almost like the episode that was cut from Volume 6. There's going to be a lot of action going on, a lot of intensity going on. I cannot wait for this. Oh my god. There's just so much to be looking forward to already. But I'm just going to stop rambling at this point, and I'm going to cut to later me with the analysis. So, check that out. Okay guys, so we are back and it is time to go over this trailer once again and just analyze things, see what we can expect, and maybe shoot the breeze and speculate on a couple of things that might be happening. Now for the record, I'm doing this without a script, I'm doing this immediately after my reaction, so I may miss a few things, I may ramble a little bit, so you'll have to forgive me on that. But anyway, let's just get straight into it. So, the trailer starts off with a quick little recap of the final moments of Volume 6 with RWBY using her silver eyes properly for the first time to take out the big Leviathan from Argus. And then, of course, moving into our first shot of Atlas with the team not looking all hot about the imposing army looming overhead. And then we move into some new material with our first proper look at a first city in Atlas. Obviously, in the past we have seen some stuff take place in Atlas before, but that's mostly been relegated to the Schnee Manor. This is our first time seeing an Atlas city, and boy does it look dank. If anything, it kind of makes me think of Gotham City from any Batman piece of media. There's no word yet if this is either the city of Atlas, the capital city, or if it's the former capital, Mantle. I would have to hazard a guess it would probably be Mantle, as that's probably the nearest city. And again, the place just looks dank as hell with very glum looking buildings, looming orange lighting going on. Not sure if that's like a sunset or if that's fire. Given the events taking place, I'm more likely to say fire. But other than that, I actually do really like the building structures here. It's very modern-esque compared to some of the buildings we've seen in the past, like say the buildings in Haven City, not Haven City, Haven, the capital in Mistral, and even more modern style compared to how Argus looked. That looked a bit more like San Francisco. This looks more like your kind of regular, everyday, big city. Almost like, I would say it would be something like you would see in maybe, like, I don't know. It looks kind of like a futuristic London, if I can say anything just off the top of my head. And boy, is this place militarized. You've got Atlas forces in the streets, patrolling the area. Not a lot of people out. It's not a very bustling city, even with the handful of people we do see. It's very much on a lockdown, as much with the borders going on, the lack of dust being distributed across Remnant, is a clear sign that things are not good with Ironwood's firm grip on things across Atlas. So much so, we've got people vandalizing in the streets. We've got this one guy throwing a bin at some shop or something, and in the background in this shot you see the SDC logo, so he could be someone against the SDC, someone against the Atlas Council, up against Ironwood, up against the Atlas military, just someone who does not sympathize with the current state of things. And to make matters worse, we've got Grim. A ton of Grim going on here. First up, the newly revealed Centipede Grim that looks all kinds of menacing here in these tunnel scenes, especially with them worming around each other, almost like they're creating like a twister. Very creepy. If you're not a fan of insects, I can't imagine these guys are going to look friendly at all. And they look very menacing as well, and it's a nice change of pace compared to some of the usual creatures that we get that are more mammal-based, especially the ones we're used to in Vale. And they're going on not just in these tunnels, but there's also some Grim in the city with these Sabertooth Grim. I can't remember off the top of my head what the exact spelling and naming for these guys are. It might just be Sabers, I think it is. But these guys look freaky as hell, especially with the long skull front mask and the long sharp teeth. And there's a horde of them going on in the city, so you've got the Grim going around, and you've got the Atlas forces, you got Vandals, you got Rebels. This place looks like it's gone to shit, and it's gonna be quite an interesting experience for Team RWBY, our heroes, to get through, not just everything going on in Atlas and everything that's coming in with like Salem's forces, but just the nightmares and the issues going on here with all kinds of conflict going on around every corner, it seems. We get a couple of shots of some cool action, which I believe, from what I'm hearing, is the shots that we saw in the preview scene from RTX that was not fully complete. Crow looks like a badass, Ren looked like a badass tag teaming with Weiss. And on the note of Ren, we got a quick shot of his, Nora's, and Jean's new look. Though not so much Jean's, but I'll get to that in a bit. But yeah, you can see a little snippet here with Ren's new duds, and Nora looking badass as well. And let's take a little sidestep to talk about Team Junior's new outfits proper with this snippet that was released on the official RWBY Twitter. First thing that comes straight out to mind, let's talk about Jean. Dude has had a haircut. Yeah, the mop top is gone. He's gone for a very stylish, spiky, short hair look that I'm sadly seeing a bit of backlash towards. Not a lot of people seem to be hot on his hair. Maybe some people are just very surprised that he's got such a short haircut. Obviously, there's been some comparisons straight away to Ryuji from Persona 5, which I can't deny it definitely looks like it. But I like the haircut. I think it's a nice little symbolic thing. Obviously, you've seen it in the past where people have haircuts as a new chapter in their lives, and I could imagine this being the case here with Jean. And that's not the only change he has. He's still got his armor set that he got at the start of Volume 4, but you may notice that underneath it, it looks like a completely different top. It looks like he may have gotten rid of the hoodie, the pumpkin pea hoodie, and he's got like a more skin-tight vest top, not vest top, like a... But it's got a turtleneck thing going on, so it's a definitely new look here, which I think is attuned to the cold climate. But yeah, that's a new look for him, and I think it's pretty cool. Obviously, I want to see it in motion to see what that's like there. But you know what? I'm not against it. I think it's a good new look for him, a new change of pace, and hopefully it's a start of some improvements in his personal struggles as well. Moving on to his teammates, Nora, she just looks rad as hell. I love the fuller top with the heart patterns going on. She's got new sleeves, new stockings or tights, it looks like. Still keeping some of the metallic stuff like around her thighs and around her arms as well. Yeah, it's a really cool design. It's a bit more, again, but fitting for the cold climate, but it's still keeping her usual style with the hearts, the bright colors. She's still got that sassy look on her, and yeah, it's typical Nora, but very nice change of pace there as well. And then we got Ren, who's got what looks like almost like an archer's sleeve, a single sleeve going on there. He's also got, I think, another sleeve on his other arm, so he's got some coverage there for the cold. And he's also got a new hairstyle as well, going for I think it's basically like a braided ponytail or something like that. It's kind of typical for Asian characters with long hair to have that kind of style. We didn't get a good shot of like his legs, but I imagine he's got some coverage over his feet, so he's not just sticking out with his toes again. Obviously good for the cold. But yeah, I think overall, I like these new looks for Jean, Nora, and Ren. I think Jean's haircut is definitely going to be one that I do need a little bit more time to get used to proper, but I'm not against it as much as other people. I think it's the kind of style that I would imagine him going for. He's a goofy guy, and I can't imagine him wanting to go for anything that looks actually kind of cool, or actually more stylized and slick. He would just go for the kind of short hair, spiky, just kind of almost Chad-like, I guess is the term these days. So yeah, I'm not against the new look, and I think all three of them look freaking badass. Just moving back to where I was now. Okay, this is an interesting one. So we got this shot here of a brand new Gigas Grim. In the past, in Volume 4, we saw the Petro Gigas, which was the rock variant, which was the guy possessing some rocks and turned into a rock titan. And here, it looks like it's ice crystals, so I imagine there's going to be a new name for that form. And also, we got Team RWBY in their new gear, more on that in a bit. But we've got two characters here to the side, one that looks like he's wearing a full white jumpsuit with something on their back, and then someone to the right of Blake that we can't really get a good look at. There's no sign as well in the next shot of Crow, any of Team Juniper, no Oscar as well. So this looks like further on in the volume, especially because they got the new looks for Team RWBY. But yeah, these look like brand new characters for the volume. Two characters that I think might be more focused on the mines. I don't think that they're going to be Schnee company focused, but we'll have to wait and see. Maybe one of them is the one that's voiced by Christina V. But yeah, it's nice to see some new characters coming in as well, join the gang and be involved with them. And the new Gigas form looks freaking badass. And speaking of badass and some new looks again, Ironwood has forgotten his shaver. He has gone full beard. In the past, we saw him with a little bit of stubble going on. That stress stubble from hard work and just panicking over everything going on in the world. But yeah, he's gone for the full beard this time. And from his general mood and the dialogue that's going on, he is very much in the point of now he's changing up the plans. He's taken the fight to Salem with whatever he has in mind to go against him. He's talking about we have to destroy Salem, and I wonder if this is after him knowing about Salem not being able to be killed, going off the wish answer from Jin, or if this is him not knowing that truth. I imagine if he did find out, he would snap some more, but yeah, it's safe to say that Ironwood not only is having a firmer grip on his country, but he's having a firmer grip on the fight against Salem, and just from what we can speculate, I don't think it's going to go well for him. I don't know what his fate is going to be by the end of the volume. Will he live? Will he die? But I think it's going to be hard going for Team RWBY and the others to work with Ironwood, and there may be a situation where we have almost a three-way dance, if you will, with the Salem's forces, Ironwood's forces, and RWBY and Co. I think we're going to be settled in for a triple threat, if you will, of conflict to come, and I can't wait. We still see RWBY willing to want to help out, so she'll probably try to work with Ironwood as much as she can, but if there's a point where it's clear that he's starting to lose control and things could get more messy, more chaotic, I think we're going to find a situation where, much like she's talking about in this trailer, she's trying to figure out if perhaps going up against someone who's trying to do the right thing is doing the right thing by yourself. If you're doing what you think is best, is that going to end up doing things right for everyone involved? I think that's going to be a very good challenge for RWBY herself, who always wants to do the best for everyone that she knows, everyone that she cares about, everyone she knows that's suffering. So I think this is going to be a good personal struggle for RWBY. I cannot wait to see what happens there. And then we go into some shots of Team RWBY in the new gear, diving out of a plane and going into action. And there's some more shots of them fighting in the city as well, which look badass. Love the fact that Weiss grinds down the Armored Knight's sword. It's basically mirroring the White trailer where she rode on the giant sword for the moment when she was fighting the knight. That does look sick. Blake with her new hairstyle looks really cool. I like how it looks in this engine. I was a bit curious to see how it would look going from long hair to short hair, and I think it suits her. It actually makes her look a bit younger, but you still have that kind of steely-eyed, mature gaze on her. And not only is that something that's new about her, but if we have a quick look at her weapon, it looks like it's being fixed up at this point, and there's a hint of yellow. And all the Bumblebee fans are going gaga of this, because it could imply that Yang had supplied some yellow metal from perhaps her weapon to use to fuse her sword back together, because obviously it was cut off in the fight against Adam. We lost the blade, but it seems to be the case here where she managed to keep the blade and she's able to repair it somehow, and Yang is supplying the connecting point. Very symbolic between those two. I'm looking forward to seeing how the pair's dynamic moves in the forward, but even beyond romance, I'm just looking forward to seeing how their dynamic goes post-Adam. We got a quick shot here of the guys that I imagine is going to be going into the ice crystals later on. Yang being a badass with her sunglasses and a traditional smirk. Love the fact that she's just kicking ass and having a good fun with it as usual. And then we get our team shot. Everyone looking badass. I love how these new designs look in the engine. I think they look freaking badass. They look very much older and wiser than in the past. There's just so much new charm to these characters now, and it's really starting to settle in now that we are in a new chapter of not just the RWBY story with the new volume, but also a new chapter of these four as a team, as singular characters. I just cannot wait. But oh ho ho, we are not done yet. After the logo shows up and the date is confirmed once again for November the 2nd for the first episode, we get our first listen of Jason Douglas as Crow. And I like it. It's a quick little bit, so we're not getting like a full good read of his voice for Crow at the moment. But just from this quick snippet, I like the voice that he's going for. It's a lighter tone compared to obviously Vic Mignogna's Crow, but it's very much the kind of voice I envisioned that Jason would provide. Very much like his performance as Darby from My Hero Academia, where he's got the gruff, and he's got the kind of like attitude to him, but it's not as deep as Vic's. Obviously, there's going to be that wiggle period, just like with any change in voice actor, much like with the change between Monty and Neef. And hopefully, everyone will try to be mature about this situation. Obviously, a lot going on behind the scenes. But yeah, I think Jason already looks like he's done a good fit for this role, and I can't wait to hear a lot more of him, especially with this new chapter of Crow's character as well. Now that he's perhaps trying to look to fix himself. And then we get one last thing that really makes things interesting for the volume. Crow, your bad luck came into effect as you made a quip, and suddenly everyone gets captured. They get tied up in some kind of wire contraption, and a group of people, I imagine, come in and steal away the relic. I don't think that these guys are aware of the relic, perhaps. Maybe they're just taken away because it's a rich item. Maybe these guys are just vandals or thieves. Can't really get a good vibe of the kind of characters doing this, just because the plain hairstyle, the plain uniform, and this quick little shot of one guy here. But if they are aware of not just the relic, perhaps maybe even Jin, could someone involved in this group perhaps be the Winter Maiden? I know that's a possibility that we could be seeing. Is this the character maybe that's voiced by Christina V? Is it people from the Faunus mines? Is it Faunus slaves? Is it just people against the SDC, against the Atlas military? There's not a lot that we can really build a bridge of possibilities on, but either way, the fact that we have Team RWBY and everyone get captured, and then the relic possibly being taken away, leads to a lot of interesting stuff going on. We got not just the heroes having to deal with the Grim, having to deal with Ironwood, having to deal with the bad guys that are soon coming in as well. We didn't see any of Cinder and Neo, by the way, which is interesting. But now we got these guys who steal the relic, and maybe that's going to be something that we have to deal with in the first few episodes. But that is the trailer, and it's so close, guys. We are less than a month away now from the start of Volume 7, and all of this trailer, all the awesome new information coming out of the panel, like all the stuff related to RWBY being in Smite, the sequel to After the Fall, just the new designs, this trailer. It's so much to take in, and I'm just over the moon right now. I am bouncing in my seat at the moment, and I cannot wait to see what happens. This is a new, very anticipated arc for so many characters involved. All the different plot points coming together, all the bad guys, the good guys. This is gonna be such an intense volume, and I really do hope that the RWBY are able to deliver as much as they can on these expectations, but I just really hope that they are able to pull out the stops and give us a entertaining, fantastic to watch volume, just like Volume 6. I hope they continue the quality into Volume 7. But yeah, I think that's everything I can talk about on this trailer. I cannot wait for the first episode, and of course, you can look forward to some reactions and reviews for every episode as the volume goes on. What do you guys think about the stuff going on in this trailer? What's your take on Ironwood? What's your take on these new Grims? What's your take on the new outfits for the heroes? What do you think is happening with the relic? Just what do you think? What are you speculating on from this trailer? Leave your comments down in the comments down below, and while you're at it, please hit the subscribe and bell buttons and tick the notification box to get all the videos from me as they drop. And also follow me on Twitter at ThatKaitoDan for more on anything to do with RWBY, updates on future content from the channel, and more. But until next time, have a good day or good night, and peace out.